When I was a kid, every time I felt something real, the pain, the anger, the passion, I was told to stop being dramatic. Stop overreacting, they'd say, as if my tears were a flaw, not a sign that I was still alive. I learned early on to hide my feelings behind a mask, to silence the roar inside me. But the noise didn't go away, it just festered. I remember the countless nights spent scribbling in notebooks, pouring out every raw emotion I had, stories of betrayal, longing, and rebellion. But the world told me that being emotional was a weakness, so I buried it deep, convinced that if I shut down, I'd be safe from mockery. Until one day, I decided enough was enough. I left that small town behind, chasing a dream I'd long been afraid to admit I had. I wanted to write. Not just stories, powerful, visceral plays that made people feel, made them confront their own truths. I poured every ounce of my pain into those scripts, and piece by piece, I built a reputation. My work was raw. It challenged, it disturbed, but it also healed. Colleges studied my plays, critics praised their depth, and suddenly I was no longer the kid told to quiet down. Years later, I found myself sitting in a modest auditorium, watching a school put on a production of my latest work, Shadows and Echoes. The stage was simple, dim lighting, a single chair, a spotlight on a young girl wrestling with her voice. I watched as the students embodied every line, every tear, every ounce of longing I had once hidden. Their passion reminded me of my own, buried beneath years of silence. Halfway through the play, I saw her, the girl playing the protagonist, her eyes shimmering with that unspoken pain I knew so well. She delivered her final monologue with trembling intensity, her voice cracking as she shouted into the silence. "If you silence me, I'll never be heard." It hit me then, the power of truth, of vulnerability. I felt the weight of my own journey ripple through me. I remembered the countless nights I fought to be seen, to be understood, to be heard. I realized the truth. The world tried to dismiss my voice because it was afraid of its strength. But I refused to be silent anymore. As the curtain fell, I stood up, tears blurring my vision. For the first time in years, I felt the sting of rejection transform into a quiet, fierce triumph. I had made them listen, finally. That night, I didn't just see my words on stage. I saw the scars I once hid, the fury I once suppressed, shining in the eyes of those young actors. And I knew, without a doubt, that I had proved to everyone, especially myself, being dramatic isn't a flaw. It's an act of rebellion. It's the truth finally breaking free. And I would never ever go back to silence.